Hey everyone, JCS StarCraft here, bringing you Game 2 of the IEM Season V Semifinals between MorroW and DIMAGA. Action getting started here on Blistering Sands with MorroW spawning as the red Terran and DIMAGA spawning as the blue Zerg. And both players, MorroW was able to take Game 1 with some great micro on his behalf, used a MM with tank combo and outlasted the Baneling Muta Baneling attack from DIMAGA. So great game up ahead for both players. The Zerg versus Terran, probably one of the more controversial matches coming into this tournament. Terran players have been viewed somewhat as being a little bit imba at this point. Should be very interesting to see what Blizzard does with the first upgrade after the launch. So if there are any balance issues, as far as I can tell though, I think it's decently even. In both semifinals, they both have been Zerg versus Terran, and so we'll see whether or not this changes anything down the line as well. I do have to say though that all the players right now are doing incredibly well. Everyone is really in their top form and has made this a very, very, very exciting series to watch. DIMAGA throwing down that early extractor before the spawning pool. Looks like he did it at 13 and going to be going 14 for the pull, meaning he's going to get the speedling upgrade right away. Blistering Sands, a much smaller rush distance on the map with the exposure right here on the rocks in the back, making it very easy for Zerg players to run in and harass from both sides. So should be pretty interesting to see what MorroW does on this map. Lots of expansions for both players. And yeah, looking forward to what's going to occur here. Spawning pool is going down from DIMAGA. And let's see when he will take his expansion in this game. Rax going down looks like a pretty standard play for MorroW. 15 exactly going to be throwing down the command center as soon as that Rax finishes. And looks like he's going to be throwing down a tech lab this time. So we might be seeing some sort of Reaper rush. Oh, and the SCV getting there just in time. MorroW trying to block it from going down. But the scout does go down. The drone is going to be harassing that SCV. Can MorroW bring anything out to defend it, or will this SCV going to just switch his side right now and not going to be taking too much damage from here? Can he finish the supply depot? Another SCV going to be coming out and swapping with that SCV. Looks like there will be a little bit of a gap right here. I don't think DIMAGA saw that because DIMAGA has not seen the base of his opponent. Does know that there is a tech lab. Does suspect the Reapers. Is Nitro Pack going to be researched as soon as he hits 50 gas? Yes, it is. So looks like MorroW is going to be opting for the Mass Reaper attack, something that a lot of Zerg players are having trouble with. Although at this point, with speed being researched from DIMAGA, it looks like he's going to have a decent response for it. Most of the time, Mass Reapers come out mostly to hold off the Zerg player from taking an expansion. On Blistering Sands, it can be a little bit more difficult for the Reapers as they have to be very, very careful. No cliffs really to run on in this area as they retreat and start kiting. So where did that Reaper go? Here he is coming down from across and going to be jumping up onto here. Jumping down, popping down, checking to see if there's any expansion whatsoever. DIMAGA does see that Reaper out on the field. And here comes MorroW trying to go in, do some harass with his early Reaper. More Raxes going down, more Reapers coming out as well. We saw the same, a very, very similar gameplay against Hydra, I think, on Blistering Sand. So very much favored by the pros right now to do a Mass Reaper against the Zerg. This Queen going to try to do as much as it can. 2 Queens out for DIMAGA and trying to expand the creep so the Queen can run more and try to keep the Reapers at bay. DIMAGA placing and has a ton of speedlings out right now, running in for this round, trying to trap this Reaper. This Reaper has almost nowhere to go and is going to go down, unfortunately. DIMAGA now with, just how many? He has 18 Zerglings out on the field with speed, going to be comfortable taking this expansion. Only 2 Reapers from MorroW. So MorroW now looks like he's going to have to play a little bit defensively. Needs to really, gets that up in time and going to be using the command center to choke it down. Are these Lings going to do anything? Can they get in there and hit this SCV? No, he's tucked away in the corner. Going to try to hit this command center as much as possible, but Lings are just falling really quickly. More Reapers coming out, and these Lings have to give up pretty soon. Almost able to take out that command center, but just not in time. Reaper's going to come down and try to do some harass on DIMAGA. DIMAGA lost a good amount of Lings in that attack. And looking at the income tab is still doing a good job keeping up, saturating his base right now. Has to switch over from saturating into Ling production as he needs to try to keep up against this army of 4 Reapers coming in to do more harass on the Zerg player. Now Reaper's going to be splitting up. One Reaper coming in, trying to pull Lings in his direction, while the other Reapers come out and try to take out the expansion. So very smart play. This Reaper pulling his distraction, but not sure that's going to do very much. I'm like, it did buy him a little bit of time right now. I don't think he has enough Reapers to take this down before the Lings get in on the strat, and they're running away to the cliff, trying to escape as quickly as possible. Well, 3 more Reapers for MorroW, so now this could be really deadly. Wants to pop up, wants to try to take shots at this hatchery as fast as he can, and the Lone Reaper staying up there, taking it for the team. One Reaper jumping up at a time to gain sight. Great job by MorroW, microing his units. Will he be able to take this out? The Reapers don't need to take that many shots at it. Their bonus damage to buildings is huge. 30 attack per hit, and now DIMAGA trying to figure out what to do. Is this hatchery going to go down? Just a few more shots. And oh no, MorroW going to be jumping down to his doom if he goes down there. Feels like there aren't enough Lings up here to really make it difficult for him. Can he get on time? Trying to take shots at this. 127, 70, just a few more shots. One more shot, 13. Oh, and barely survives. Transfused by the Queen to get some health there. And MorroW desperately wants to take out the hatchery. Has lost a good amount of his Reapers trying to do that. Now losing even more to these Speedlings, trying to hop up and down the cliff as best as he can. More Reapers in on the way. Looking at the production tab, we have a few Marines and Stim coming out for MorroW, so it looks like he's going to be making his transition. Meanwhile, the Spire is going down for DIMAGA, so once that Spire completes and the Mulists are out, MorroW really has to transition over to something that can fight anti-air. Taking the scan, looks at it, 150, just 4 shots from these, and now it's going to be more than 2 shots from the Reapers. Almost so close by MorroW, and the transfusion did come from the Queen into the building for DIMAGA, but it looks like MorroW is going to make a final charge right now. Really wants that hatchery to fall. It would be a really great thing if he could do it. Looking at the research tab, the Spire has finished, and the Mulists are going to come out soon. Trying to take shots, really wants to get that building. Can they kite around right now? Taking shots at everything that he can. Throwing down at the building, one more shot, and oh my gosh, 21 hit points, still not enough for MorroW to take it out. This hatchery is one of the luckiest hatcheries alive, I'd have to say. MorroW now building down, realizing that his opponent is going to start attacking pretty soon. Meanwhile, looks like, oh wow, Baneling just bust right there. Need to keep an eye on the action across the field. MorroW throwing down a missile turret, and right now both players pretty even in the harvester count, 38 over 39. A lot of harassment, but here come the Mulists. What units does MorroW have right now? 12 Marines with Stim, so should be enough to hold off the Mulists if he can bunch them together. Right now, just letting those Marines kind of take fire individually, and now trying to come out here. Did he just shoot at his own supply? I think he just accidentally targeted his supply depot by accident in the fury of action going on. So MorroW doing a great job sensing when to transition over. I'm not sure if he did not even get a scan down. He just kind of knew. Let me just take a look again right here at the building. Nope, does not even know that the Spire was built. Just had an assumption and a great intuition by MorroW on how to, when his opponent was transitioning over to Mutalisks. So very, very, very high level play from both players. And this little supply depot, I wonder if that was meant to be attacked or there was an A attack going on. And MorroW now going to be tipped off as where these Mutalisks are. Down goes the supply depot. And I don't think MorroW is supply blocked right now. No, he's not. But now, oh no, these Mulists are just going to take some shots right now. Just kind of holding there, not really doing much. So looking very quickly at the arming count, both players very even. I think the game would have been very different if this hatchery had gone down, and it's still pretty vulnerable right now. But fortunately for DIMAGA, just doing a great job holding it off against the mass Reapers in the beginning. Here come the Mutalisks again, just going to get fried right now. One of them going down and just going to retreat. A ton of Marines on the field and combat. They're holding their shields, locking together like the Spartans would. Oh, the medevac gets caught off guard and is going to fall down, unfortunately. Stim going down on these combat shielded Marines. And right now, just trying to hold off from poking. Meanwhile, DIMAGA is going to be taking his third base up here at the gold expansion. Really kind of flexing his power, going the Banelings again. pretty much a rematch of the last game, with the exception of the early Reapers coming out and Medevacs coming out for MorroW right now. Not opting for the Vikings. I haven't seen a lot of Viking play against the air of against Mutalisk. Most players right now, MorroW going to be opting for stimmed Marines as his unit of choice, and here they come streaking across the land looking at the army tab. It looks like MorroW is ahead right now, 123 over 122, stims his Marines to run out and kind of scout things out, driving forces in different directions now, trying to run around, taking out that lone Zergling, and this Marine unit, poor guy's being sent as a scout, tries to take a few shots, thinks he's going to be able to take out an army, but he is not, just going to be surrounded. Big bio ball now moving in, tank has siege ready, and maybe wants to set up somewhere. Tank getting shifted along, the physics of the game getting pushed by the Marines. Not really sure how that would work in real life, but now the leads are coming in. Banelings popping in from behind. MorroW tries to run in a huge surround by DIMAGA. Great job here. Marines are running for their lives. Tank falls, and oh wow, just a great surround from DIMAGA. Attack from all sides. Everything going down for MorroW. Other MMM is retreating right now, trying to meet up, trying to save the two tanks, and MorroW just doing a great job. Trying to micro that tank, but not in time right now, and that tank goes down. Looking at the army tab, it looks like MorroW is doing a great job keeping his army count up, 100 over 86. So I do have to give that exchange to DIMAGA, but still pretty even right now on both sides. Looking at the units lost, although a lot of these are Zerglings and Banelings just popping their blood everywhere, but and look at the map. The tumor creep spread by DIMAGA has vision of almost everything that's going to happen on his map and can sense where the opponent is all the time. So here we go. Small contingent of forces right now. I don't know if that's going to be enough, really. Just trying to take out and unspread the creep as much as possible. And right now, getting his third base, really needs to start worrying about macro as it looks like. What just happened here? I'm not entirely sure. It looks like, not sure if something occurred at this base. I don't see any blood anywhere, but harvester count wise, it looks like MorroW is still commandingly ahead. 61, wow, over 46. That is a lot of, that is both his main and natural are completely and utterly saturated, but still behind because his opponent does have that gold resource now. So going back over, MorroW going to be pushing in down here. I'm going to keep my eye on the minimap. There's action going on pretty much everywhere. Going to be taking down these rocks so he can take the gold expansion as well. Really needs it at this point as he is being outmined and has spent a lot more time on harvesters. So this army count isn't necessarily accurate in terms of the army size, but looking at the units, Infestor's coming out right now for DIMAGA, and that could be really, really deadly. Is if they get down to fungal growth on that M&M and ball, that thing's going to pop when these Banelings run in. So let's see how MorroW is going to react to it this time. I think great play by DIMAGA to bring in the Infestors. Has a very good mix of air and ground units right now, getting the Banelings to counter the M&M and the ball. MorroW might want to try going more tanks this time, but I think he's going to stick with what he really enjoys, and the MM&M, of course, very quick to replenish with barracks, and also a little bit better